Well, hello YouTube. Here we are. We have ourselves a start to another day. A little bit of a smoky day today. The forest fire from BC is still raging out of control, kind of a thing. The way the wind's blowing, the smoke is coming this way. And yeah, welcome to our vlog. So, here we go. Well, on top of the smoke, they're also forecasting rain. However, the rain was supposed to start early this morning, and it's said to be raining as we speak right now. However, it's not yet anyways. Well, today I've got a list of things that I'm wanting to do. I don't know if they're going to get done. I had one of those sleepless nights last night. Couldn't fall to sleep, or couldn't fall back to sleep, I guess you should say. And I was awake for the best part of the night. Editing up video footage, I guess. Might as well do something instead of, well, sitting there, right? Isn't it funny how you can pass an hour editing videos, and when you look at the video timer, the video clip is only like 15-20 minutes long. I had the editing software and everything all fired up, and I put on a pre-recorded TV show, started watching it, and had it playing in the background as I edited up the video. And by the time the TV show was over, I only had, I think it was 20 or 22 minutes of well, footage on the video timer count. And isn't that weird how it takes longer to edit a video than it actually does to shoot it? I've noticed that in the past with other vlogs and stuff. You know, you have 15 minutes left, and pretty soon the person that was coming to pick you up or something is sitting in the driveway. And you thought, well, you had 15 minutes to spare. Well, really you didn't, because it took you 25 minutes to edit that clip. Even though your editing software was cooperating and your computer was doing good that day, it still took slow. So I did the first edit on the Royal Tyrrell Museum footage. Camera 1, I guess I should say, is all completely edited. So now what I do is I go back through and add camera 2 in with camera 1. And mix the footage up, and then hopefully end up with something. I got 45 minutes out of camera 1, so camera 2 I'm probably expecting to get around the same, so we'll have ourselves a pretty good video series out of that one. YouTube seems to do well with short videos, like 10-minute or 12-minute videos. If you get much longer than that, people tend to lose their attention and get doing something else. So if you make your videos 10 minutes long, then people tend to watch them because they're short or shorter, and then it benefits everybody all the way around, I guess. Well, like I said, I've got a laundry list of things to do. I'm going to start with the priority ones first thing in the morning, and if I happen to get tired or feeling rough, then I will, well, work my way down the bottom of the list, and if they don't get done today, they will be here for tomorrow. So of course, guys, going to probably make me some coffee, get the day going and rolling, and well, we'll see how far we get. A little bit of a late afternoon update. Well, played some phone tag this morning. Didn't really get much of anywhere. A lot of voicemails, a lot of callbacks, a lot of kind of run around, but that's the way it goes sometimes. Sometimes people are on the ball. They did what they are supposed to do, and other times, well, they filed your questions on the back burner last week and never got back to them. I guess that's what happens when you try to continue doing business on a Monday. Some people just aren't rowing first thing in the week. So of course ended up, well, doing some phone calls, putting out some more feelers on things that are out there. You never know what might come about. If you don't try, you well, will never succeed. Even if it's not something that is permanent, it's just a temporary thing for 3-4 months, it's better than nothing, right? It's kind of weird. It's kind of one of them things that employers seem to be looking, however they don't seem to be hiring. And if they are hiring, they're waiting for that special candidate to come along. They're not looking for somebody that they can hire right now, right on the spot. They're looking for those people that are fit a certain category or so. And if you don't fit those categories and it's not beneficial to the employer to hire you, then, well, they won't, right? Even though the person or persons that they hire is turns out to be a drain on the company, like smashing up the delivery vehicle or stealing from the company or going on a rant on social media, then but they still don't see it that way. They fire them, and then they hire another person that fits the same category. Instead of hiring a man and paying him a man's wage, they'll hire a boy, somebody that doesn't have any experience, and then have to replace equipment, have to fix clutches, have to put up with all their inexperienced activity. I remember way back, well, not way back, but a few years ago when I was delivery driving, the company that I was contracted for, they had a shortage on drivers. I'm not sure what happened there, whether word got around what kind of company they are or were, and nobody would work or apply for them or what. But anyways, they hired some kid, and well, he was probably in his 30s, so he wasn't a child, but he told them that he had his driver's license for something like 5 years. Well, after he was hired, he comes out and says that he only had his class 1 for 6 months and only was behind the wheel during the driver's ed or driver's training. And it's like, they asked you how long you had your class 1, because I was there at the time of his interview doing paperwork and such. So whatever. And during his time with the company, they had quite a bit of trouble. He ended up taking a couple of transmissions out of the vehicles, out of the delivery vehicle, as well as he backed into numerous things, and he had issues with directions and finding places and customer service and all that stuff. Now, some of that might have to do with, training, inexperience, but at the same time, if they would have hired a man for just a few dollars more an hour, then they wouldn't have had to replace the transmission a couple times in the vehicle, or wouldn't have, the risk of having the accidents would have been a lot lower, because, well, a man should have known how to drive a vehicle in traffic, especially a large one. Well, I think I'm going to empty out the truck with all the camping gear finally. As you see there, a couple of bundles of wood, 4 boxes of wood at the front. We got a couple of jugs there, of one of kerosene, one of bug wash, the barbecue, the propane tank, some empty bags of beverages, bottles and such, and the old tent. Get that emptied out because, well, as soon as I hear back from the Topper people, I want to make a rundown and, well, get that took care of, get that emptied, or get that sent away for their warranty work. Winter's coming, and if it takes a month and a half fighting with them, it'll be that much closer to winter by the time it gets back. So of course, gonna get that emptied out and see where the day goes from there. Well, as you've seen, got back from doing a little bit of running around. Checked the old post office box, went and did a few things on that end of town. Made a loop back around, and lo and behold, I seen something sitting in front of the post office that I haven't seen in, what has it been, almost 3 years? Well, as some of you may know, I used to own a 2009 GMC Canyon. I bought it new in the fall of 2008. And, well, it was a good 4-cylinder car. I wouldn't call it a truck. It's a car. And it only had a 2,000 pound towing capacity, and that was being generous. Probably had less than that, to be honest with you. And I thought by not driving a vehicle it would last a long time. However, the truck only had 61 or 62,000 K when I finally made up my mind to get rid of it, and it was already starting to give me trouble. It was leaking oil in places that it shouldn't. It was having other electrical type of issues. So I decided to take the plunge and trade on up. And I traded for the gray 2015 GMC Canyon. And, well, that didn't quite go the way that I had, well, wanted it to go. And, well, now, here we are now with the 2016 GMC Canyon, the black one, and doing things all over again, but doing things way different. This time around, the truck is mine. Nobody owns it but me. Nobody has any say in the truck but me. And, well, it's mine. So anyways, I took a couple of photos of the truck, and the owner was there, and got to kind of talking with him a little bit. And he's an older gentleman, probably in his late 40s or so, which is good, because I was hoping it didn't go to a 16-year-old that, you know, rode it off the first winter. And it's got 160,000 K on it already. I guess it's been 3 years, and if he does any amount of driving, you know, that sure racked up the kilometers. It's about time that truck had seen driving, because, well, in the time that I had it, it sure didn't. You know, bought it new in 2009, or I guess I should say the fall of 2008, and sold it in the spring of 2014. I didn't have it for very, very long, but didn't put hardly any, you know, kilometers on it at all. And it's just the way it goes, you know. I had the, I realized the towing capacity of that truck wasn't what I needed, and I thought I could keep it around as a car, and, you know, a commuter vehicle, stuff like that, and then buy the Silverado to use as the trailer vehicle. Well, over the, you know, following years, I came to the realization that one good vehicle is better than 3 or 4 ones that do a half a job at everything. The wildlife, ladies and gentlemen, the wildlife. The 2016 Canyon has so far done everything that I want it or need it to do, including pulling the, well, cargo trailer that I'm converting into a camper. So that most definitely is a bonus there. It's nice to see somebody get use out of that old truck, and well, it should last him another year or two, and he says that he's got big plans for it when, well, when the little 4-cylinder pops or he gets bored of it. He also took the crappy Pace Edwards box cover off of it, the one that I put on just a few months before I sold it. That box cover was a bad purchase right from day one. I should never have bought it. Hindsight's 2020. I wanted a sporty little looking truck, so I went online instead of going to a local dealer, and I bought a box cover from online from the Pace Edwards company out of the States. And by the time it arrived here, it was, I think it was all said and done, was close to $2,000, which is more than the dealer here would have charged me for a brand new one installed and good to go. So, and it wasn't what I was looking for. It had quality control issues. The latches didn't work properly. You'll be driving down the road and the thing would roll up on you, or you'd lock it and the thing would unlock on you and pop open. And I'm glad I only put it on just a few months before I sold it. However, that being said, it did sit in the garage from 2010 to what was it? I forget, just a few months, you know, in the winter time when I installed it, just a few months before I let her go. I had a topper for it for a few years, and that seemed to fit my needs a lot better than that box cover. And me paying $2,000 for a box cover when I could have got a topper for just a couple hundred more would have done, well, a lot better. That's how you learn, right? Hindsight's 2020. The next truck you get, you try not to make the same mistakes, which the 2016 so far I haven't. And life goes on, and around we roll. So I'm gonna go inside, probably edit up the road footage from today, get it ready for the vlog, do a more editing, and then well, before you know it, it'll be time to shut her down. So yeah, you guessed her. Catch you all then. Well, hello YouTube. Here we are. We come to the end of another day. It's well, a quiet evening. Almost an eerie, lack of sound evening. I'm not sure if it's the smoke, the dense kind of air, or what, but I don't even hear noise from the refinery or the highway or anything like that. So it's kind of an eerie feeling to it. Well, today was a good day. It was a steady, busy kind of day. Playing a bit of phone tag, making contacts with people, sending emails away. Sometimes you gotta have days like that in order to survive, pay the bills, right? Not sure what the future's gonna hold. Hopefully some of those ones that I sent on away, well, make something happen, and then it's all good. Well, seeing the 2009 Canyon today, which was kind of nice. I hadn't seen it since, well, basically the day I traded it off, or the day it left the lot, kind of a deal. And it's kind of nice to know that it's still around and still on the road. My dad and I had a lot of good times in that truck. Dad and I spent a lot of time in there, driving around, taking to doctor's appointments, groceries, stuff like that, and there's a lot of memories in there. And now that Dad's gone, the truck is kind of all that's left, if you want to say. I almost offered to buy it back. However, this guy here looks like he's really loved that truck, and he's semi-attached to it. So, you know, it's kind of like reacquiring an old girlfriend after she's already had another round or two of boyfriends. It's never the same after that, right? That truck and I drove back and forth all winter to Edmonton one year when I hurt my back there, and I know it saved my life several times because, well, it's got ample good traction and can handle the snow really, really well. When other people were spinning out, other 4x4s were hitting the ditch, this little two-wheel drive truck pushed through a lot of snow. If you guys go back and look in my earlier videos, all the road shots were shot with the 2009 Canyon, I believe up until what would it have been 2013 or so. then the Silverado came in the picture. However, most of the road shots were still shot with the Canyon, because that's the truck that I did a lot of my driving with. So it is what it is, you know, it's just a memory. It's something that you file away in your brain, kind of lock it up, bring it out every once in a while, have some good thoughts, and well, put her back where she came from. Well, after that, came on home, scored some supper, and did a few things. Currently, I'm editing the Drumheller footage, camera 2 this time. I'm trying to lace camera 2 in with camera 1 and trying to make something out of the footage. It's interesting trying to make two cameras work together, especially when they're shot by different people, especially when you're not entirely sure the sequential order that the clips were shot in. Because, well, you didn't shoot them yourself, so you have to use reference points in the video, like sound, like babies crying, or clips as reference points. Like, just say that the clip you shot has a blue truck in the background, and the clip camera 2 shot has the same blue truck. Well, then you know that it belongs ahead of, you know, the clip, well, you shot. Or so. I don't know how to explain it properly, but so it's going to take some extra time, probably the bulk of the night again, but hey, we can make it work, and we can do it. But pretty much, guys, going to end her all here. Today was a good day, tomorrow's another one. Around we go. And as always, thanks for watching Maxwell's Vlogs. Comment, subscribe, and enjoy.